Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be talking about a really cool set of sights in combination with their muzzle device, of course. These are some Ultradyne C4 sights, and the front sight is sitting in their Dynamount, which is one of their accessory mounts that's a little bit different than a standard pick mount. And it's actually working in conjunction with their Apollo S compensator. This particular compensator is a 5-chamber comp. It is highly, highly effective. Now the front sight, the way that it works is it actually keys with their muzzle device, okay? So it allows you to actually have a much longer sight radius than a standard AR-15, which is really cool. This is an 18-inch barrel. This is a Palmetto State Armory side charging upper. It's a fluted 18-inch barrel with a 1 8 twist, and we're gonna be running 55 grain Norma tack today. This stuff is excellent ammunition. We were getting some really respectable groups out of this thing earlier, even with iron sights. Now, there's some features about these sights that are pretty unique, and it's definitely worth talking about real quick before we get started. One is the toolless adjustment of the front sight. So to adjust the front sight, you don't really have to have tools. All you do is just push the base down. It's spring-loaded, and you can simply just turn the front sight post by hand if you wish. The front sight post is adjustable for windage and elevation, which is really cool. The rear sight is adjustable for windage, and then you have elevation setting for the appropriate range. These things are intended to be sighted in at 200 yards with your 55 grain ammunition. This Norma is running a little bit slower than what they recommend for these sights, but they sighted in just fine. We just had to confirm at long range a little bit. We are going to be shooting this thing out to some various distances. The diopters on the rear sight can be changed out to a wide variety of different diopter styles, so that gives you some flexibility. And the front sight post has a lot of flexibility as well. And the cool thing about it is the way the front sight post adjusts, it doesn't matter how high or low or to the side or wherever you put it, it's never gonna like bottom out in a sight base or go really high or low or give you some weird looking sight picture like you would see in like an AK-47. I know you guys have seen on an AK when you drift the sight to an extreme side or an extreme height or low amount, it just looks weird in the base. The front sight post is always centered within the globe diopter. The front sight post also is unique on this set of sights in that it has like a little globe, right? And that globe is set up into 4 quadrants. So no matter which way the sight is adjusted in terms of where you have to turn it to, you're always going to get a straight on square globe. I say a square globe, but square in terms of the globe being concentric to where the sight base is facing in relation to the sights. So they're really neat. They're intended to be precision backup sights. So you notice that we're not running optic on this gun at all. We're running only iron sights. The 5-chamber brake is extremely effective, but it is loud as heck. So we are going to don some ear pro here and take some shots. All right, Norma Tactical 55 grain ammo. This is a Poverty Pony lower and the PSA 18-inch upper. So this is basically an A2. And we got a nice long sight radius here. Just tell me what you want me to go for, Chad, and I'll go for it.
Well, since your bottom end is 200 yards on that rear, I'd say shoot the big half-size D28 down there on the left.
All right, 200 yards.
I mean, this thing is shooting great.
All right, here we go.
Sender.
And this is a side charge too. I haven't suppressed this particular rifle yet, but I would imagine this one will be really nice to suppress. All right, let's just have some fun.
Looking good.
This gun also has a Geisley SSAE trigger in it. So very nice Geisley trigger.
Oh yeah, makes a difference. Yeah,
right.
You are perfectly center mass.
All right, so that's looking pretty good at 200. We're gonna dial up to 250 here. And it's just a little dial here on the side. You can dial in 50-yard increments, which is really cool. So Chad, I'm gonna go 250, I reckon.
All right, spotter up.
Very intuitive sights.
Good. definitely in there, center mass.
Okay. One thing that I want to make mention of, at first when I got behind these sights, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for Chad as well when I say this, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like them or not, but you know, after I shot them a little bit and sort of got used to them, it is something you have to get used to. They really are very intuitive, very easy to shoot. And at longer range, you really can dial in a very fine sight picture with just a little bit of time behind them. They really are very fun to shoot. And the brake, this 5-chamber brake is stupid effective. I mean, it pulls the rifle away, absolutely zero recoil. So somebody that is maybe recoil shy, this is a great type of setup for somebody that is concerned about recoil.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, they don't obscure your target at long range either.
Right.
So
that's what I like about them. And the brake is obnoxiously loud. I mean, it's a muzzle brake, guys. That's what they do.
Yeah, can't exactly put a can on that system.
No, no. And just in case I wasn't clear earlier, the way that this particular setup works is you do have a timing washer up front for timing the whole system, especially when you're using the accessory tower, the Dynamount accessory tower. It actually has a pin that comes out of the back of the compensator, okay? And that compensator basically just kind of pins itself into that base. So they kind of move together. So you have to have the timing nut in order to get them all leveled out and get everything level and timed, all right? But no big deal. It's kind of like timing a SCAR muzzle device.
I mean, all I did to install them was put a level on the muzzle brake and then just matched it up with level off the top of the upper receiver. And it was a pretty easy install.
Good deal.
So.
All right, so we're at 300 now.
At 300.
These sights do go up to 6, so we may take this thing out to 600 yards open sights. Okay, 300 yards.
All right, spotter up.
I'm just gonna go for the round for starters.
Sure.
And we might take some more adventurous shots.
Good.
How you feel about that?
It's definitely center mass. Elevation is spot on.
Okay, good. Good. How are we looking windage wise?
Center mass.
Center mass,
windage,
okay,
Windage
good.
is great, yep.
Good. Look, I'm gonna, just for fun, that 8-inch popper on the right there, I'm gonna take a few shots at it. So 8-inch target at 300 yards with open sights, 55 grain, norm attack. Now, I want to make a note here about, you know, what I'm looking at. The diopter, it really kind of forces your eye to find the center of that front sight, so it's really easy to get a consistent sight picture. And then when I'm looking down range, when I look through the globe of the front sight post, I can really find a nice fine point of aim there. So let's see if we can maybe get in on that 8-inch plate down there. You still got to be able to see good though.
Impact Rooney. Just to the left, off at 9 o'clock. All right, you hit the big plate at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
There you go. Just left.
That the 8-inch?
That's the 8-inch, yeah. Do me a favor, Eric. Hold just about half a plate width to the right. We've got a tiny bit of right-left wind coming in. A little more wind. There you go. Keep that hold. In fact,
I'll take it.
I mean, it's all in there. There was a little bit of wind that kind of picked up. It's a 55 grain.
I mean, you're talking 55 grain ammo on an 8-inch target at 300 yards with open sights.
Well, when I was testing them earlier, I was smacking the crap out of the gopher, but no cameras were running, so
that's right.
You know
Not
how
bad.
that goes.
Not bad. Well, I think they get the idea here at 300. We're probably going to move up to 600 yards, dial this thing all the way up. It goes up to 600, so we're going to dial up to 6, and we're going to try and lob some 55 grainers in at 6, and that'll kind of show the max trajectory that these things are set up for.
It'll certainly be interesting.
It will be. All right, guys, we doubled down up the ante here with the Ultradyne sights. We're going to shoot 600 yards. Dialing up, Chad.
Dialing up.
All right, we are dialed up to 600. That's as far as these sights go. Norm Attack, 55 grain ammo. We have not made any changes to the gun other than dialing up to 6. We do have a bit of a crosswind.
Yeah.
This is a long way to send 55 grain pills. All right.
We got right, left wind. You're probably going to wind up having to hold just at the right side of the plate, if I had to guess.
I'm just going to send one, Chad.
Send it and see. See if the elevation tracks. Okay, so you're favoring low of the plate, about 6 inches off the bottom. Remember that ammo is a little bit slower than the sights specify, so that's kind of to be expected. This is good. Just under the plate.
All right, well, we're going to have to bring the elevation up.
So let's see.
All right, Chad made a slight tweak to our front sight here, just for the slightly underpowered ammo. Okay, and continue the test here.
All right, wherever you were holding for wind, just keep that same hold. Still right, left, around the same, about 5 miles an hour. Got it. Just off at 7 o'clock. In fact, just off at 9 o'clock. Wind caught you a little bit. Off at 7 o'clock.
So I'm low.
You're still just a touch low. You had a shot off at 9 o'clock, you had a shot off at 7 o'clock, and you had an impact on the plate down there around the 7 o'clock mark. All right, we got a little bit more wind, Eric. Hang on one sec.
It's really hard to figure out what my holes for wind are with iron sights at 600 yards.
Well, I'm kind of using a new method of wind calling too that I'm trying to experiment with.
The wind's blowing left to right?
Wind's blowing right, left, coming from our 3 o'clock. You're off at 9 o'clock. Now that one hit under the plate. That was off at 7 o'clock.
So it's still hitting low and left?
Yep, still hitting low and left, but the wind is kind of varying down there a good bit. It's picking up, and remember, it's a 55 grain projectile at 600 yards. There you go. Oh, wind picked it up and pushed it off at 9 o'clock. Elevation's great. Your elevation's perfect, but you're still hitting left of the plate. Now that was right over the top.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to adjust the sights then,
because
there's no way, I can't hold off with the way this front sight is designed on this thing.
So you're not able to like aim at the 8-inch popper? Okay. Gotcha.
Without obscuring the target.
Yep.
Shoot something I can't see. The sights are good though. Wind holds are very difficult.
Yeah, we're... Impact. Just off at 8 o'clock. Just off at 9 o'clock. That was actually off at 11 o'clock. Impact. 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 Right over the top. Right over the top, I think. Impact. Just off at 9. Okay?
Wow. All right, look. So I want to make an observation. The sights are great. And at first, I really wasn't sure if I would like that globe style front sight. But what I'm finding is when Chad is giving me wind calls, now these are 55 grain bullets, and obviously the wind is going to really play heck on those things once they're getting down to 600 yards. And you have to remember too, these are precision backup sights, okay? I am engaging a target with backup sights at 600 yards with ball ammo. So I think it's not bad. I mean, you're still in the fight.
Well, you think about that target. That target is less than 3 MOA. So it'd be like aiming at a clay pigeon at about 100 yards with irons and hitting it, but we're talking a lot of wind down there getting that bullet out of there. So
not shabby. I'm still impressed. Now, one thing I want to make note of, and you haven't shot him this far yet, but that globe sight, when he's saying, hey, you know, the wind's blowing right to left, you need to hold off to the right a bit, I can kind of bury that plate into like the corner of the globe a little bit pretty precisely, all right? And I can kind of see exactly where it's at. So if he's saying, hey, it's hitting a little low, it's hitting a little bit to the left, I can extrapolate for that just using the globe and kind of favoring inside of the globe, one side or the other, depending on which direction I need to go.
Yeah, because if you had just me thinking about it, if you've got a front sight, just a regular old front sight post, and you're needing to aim right and high, then you're going to obscure some of the target.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
In this case, I just sort of just favor the roundness of the plate inside of that globe, right, within the circle. So you can make some hasty wind adjustments, no problem, just using the globe. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the look at these particular sights, and this 5-chamber brake is awesome as well. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. We always love shooting iron sights here. It's so much fun. And I definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters, all of you who purchase man cans, t-shirts over on the website. All the funds we earn off of those go right back into supporting the channel. So thank you guys for seeing value in what we do. And guys, always challenge yourself. Get out there and shoot irons. You're not always going to have a scope. Nice thing about irons is batteries don't die. And look, best of all, if I do want to put an optic on this gun with these sights, there we go. Guys, have a good day. We'll see you next time.